I want to ask you this: Who inspired your? Would you say inspired you to be the lyricist that you are? One of the top five lyricists of all time.
Wow, man, that's a heavy anvil to wear. Um,
But that's who you are, brother. There's no need to deny it or be shy from it or anything like that. Anyone that know this game and know that cannot say the top five lyricists and not put you in there.
100%.
right. Well, I know you're gonna be quarreling with them. You're gonna be quarreling with them, Bigger, because man, they get in them comment sections, man, and they be, man, listen.
I,
Let him
I
talk.
bet you. I bet you
Let-
in the comment section, everybody's going to agree. We'll see.
And once again, aside from when I was, at Uptown and Island, I mean, I was a worker at Uptown and I was a worker at Island, um, we had a good time. But when I got to like Universal and I was an artist, I got to tell you, man, like, I I always salute Universal for this is all these years later now. Like, I I, I accept what you said and I appreciate it, right? And then I put it back in the chest and I close it because there are so many along the way that did hold me up and that echoed what I was trying to do. There was so many. When you look at how Universal, there was placement placards put in stores all over the world, international, say cannabis, can I bust? And they put, before that we know it was with Clef with the Gone to November, Sony really set it off. Sony had set it off. Sony was paying for my flights. It was paying for everything. Universal didn't have to give Sony anything, and that was on the muscle, on Clef's muscle and Tommy Mottola, right? And people in that network. But when Universal pressed the button and they put the nitro on it, they put the placards everywhere. In retail, it was everywhere. And, you know, there's a guy like the Wizard, we call him the Wizard, but he always say that to me, like, okay, man, they really put money behind you. And, I agree with him. And yet I've always been saying that because you never heard me come out on all them 4, 5, 6,000 songs that I done did and dish Universal. The only time when I said, fuck my record label, I pick courtesy of myself. Like back then, everybody loved it, but I said it for the shock value. Universal was walking around saying, "You fuck my record label, I pick courtesy of myself." Get out of here, Canibus. All right, you coming to the party tonight? We're like, yeah. You know what I mean? They loved it because I said the name Universal. I was on the UNI versus all. So, you know, I have to say that if it wasn't for those resources, man, wouldn't nobody even know my name, man. They wouldn't know my name. It would have got drowned out. And that takes us back to the conversation with that budget bag, man. It's everything. I'm gonna bring up one thing and I'm gonna shut up about it. When 50 Cent was on the cover of, was it Vibe? It was Vibe. He was on the cover of Vibe and he had that ICW watch on and it was official and everybody saw he signed to Interscope, or it was Interscope or Shady. It was Shady, right? That's how the logos went. And when they saw him like going on the treadmill and all that, everybody just those who those who were on the fence, they capitulated. Those who didn't, man, they just went to war with the A team. And look how all that turned out. It's that investment, man. And proof of that is, you know, look at Ukraine, man. Ukraine, a lot of things happening and all that, but the way I'm hearing it, like they got heat over there. They got heat. They have there's resources, there's device, now there's a lot of things going on with that. But I'm just here to tell you that once you're given resources, things start to look up because there's morale, there's an increase of unit morale and people. If you build more churches other than more prisons, then you probably have a better better community. But that's just what it's always been that. And so for me, the lyricism, man, it just goes under the fucking rug, man, because the poetry's there. Like everything that's happening now, that's will happen, all of these things. It's not because I'm some type of, alchemist and Merlin and I'm sitting there and because, you're above water, and the freaking, your magic, your crystal ball works better because of the confluence of the water and, the aqua and the vibes and the ley lines. No, when I was making that, I just wanted to make a body of lyrics, catalog to where you could even interchange them. I was doing scientist shit, you know what I'm saying? But it was rap. And I was doing it without any boundaries. And nobody was trying to stop me from having fun with my imaginary, like my imaginary laboratory. But once the bread sort of, where it waned, right? That's where it was like, well, I don't know, man. It's not like, it's not valuable anymore. But all of these things that are happening now, there's a line in there about that. Maybe quite a few lines in there about, you know, um, how everything's gonna go digital and going digital, and even the types of digital things. And it's just there. It's there for everybody to see. So when you say to me, right, it came from the creator, but I was the vessel. When you say to me that you talk for all the time, like, look, man, it sure don't feel like it. And I'm not deflecting. I'm not in denial about anything. I'm saying that for something that there's a body of work that really is there that really would give folks a leg up on what they're looking at, what they're dealing with, the future. It's dumb funny to me how you know there is no course, college course, or there is no there's no discourse about those particular works. There's none, because it goes in one ear out the other, or above the head, and so that's why for me it's like a numb feeling. It's a very numb feeling. It's like I accept it from you and I appreciate it, and I guess I'm glad it's that way because I'm more comfortable with the way that things did, shake out than had it been, you know, you putting somebody on the pedestal and then it's in the videos. Because if you look, a lot of the artists, man, they start to go through it when they reach that pinnacle and that summit, and now they become the target, right? I became a target in a lot of ways too, like in just like in rap. I became a target of sorts, and I'm persona non grata, just like Dennis Hopper, And I want to send a shout out to, the essence of and the, pretty much like the influence and the professionalism of Carl Weathers. I want to say that. I want to say that man, you know, having a VHS beta, that my old man came off Cricketor. He brought it back off Cricketor, VHS beta, and you put the tape in in the 70s, and I was watching American films and American movies, and I gotta tell you, when I saw that man on the screen, if a nigga didn't want to, you know, get out of Jamaica and go do what he doing, or Action Jackson, or get wherever you at in Florida and Miami, man, you want to be Action Jackson. Look at that broad. Dude, this nigga just jumped over a car. Look at his muscles. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I say that nigga Carl Weathers, man. So it's Carl Weathers, it's Wesley Snipes, Jeffrey White, and Michael Jai White, yo. There's a couple others like
Jeffrey, right?
you like Jeffrey, right? Jeffrey, yeah.
What?
Jeffrey Wesley and Michael Jai White. Those four and Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Michael J. White is nasty.
But now Michael Jai White and Wesley Snipes put together, It's like what Carl Weathers. Oh, that rhyme too. All right, let me write that down. Yeah, Michael. Yeah. Wesley Snipes, Michael John White put together is Carl Weathers. That's what it was, man. You understand? Because Carl Weathers could act too, though. He could act. He could act. Wesley Snipes could really act, and so could Michael John White. But Carl Weathers was early in the game, man. He was early. And I want to send a shout out to him, man, because I really
Rest in
to
peace.
his family and his family. I know what happened and all that. I just don't like to look at it that way, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it really threw me for a loop. Because remember, he got the little work in The Mandalorian. It was a very big deal for me when I saw him on The Mandalorian. I was like, yo, right, that's right. They gave him a little run. You know what I'm saying? Because he deserved it. He deserved so much more. That man. You know what I would love to see, and if I ever came across it and it were possible, I would, put together some type of, where just if I had a wish, right, I would wish to have the budget to get these movie studios to go back into those films and get the B rolls because I can promise you every single take action he gave it 100%. I guarantee you every single take he gave it 100%, man.
Ask Bigga and Polo about me. The angels I know don't know Charlie. Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps. Don't want nobody getting in between us. There's a pleasurable vibe in the air and I'm determined to keep it. It all began when I embraced my fall off. You know that cannabis, you're not relevant anymore. Talk, that's what they say when they don't wanna pay tour costs. They wanna feed you hot dogs and dollar store pork. Think I've been losing for 30-some years, helping other niggas win, no one cares. Sometimes the fight to survive is too much to bear, but watch where we go from here. Meanwhile they over there crossing the bridge to nowhere. Maybe myopic human behavior make them go there. I got gold software, but not the kind you wear. Trademark hardware, but not the kind you share. Satellite phones for solar flares, cold weather snow gear, custom handmade from a snow bear. Undisturbed permafrost, clean atmosphere. Watching the northern lights from my porch chair. A duplicate garden of Eden, no bad actors there. Only a handful of people nowhere. Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps.
I tell them it's in the kill. Land forsaken, I'm in the real. Breakout, it's been a drill. Creating death is the pen to kill. I salute my troops, I say that they army. God produced the fruit divine that we all lead. Satanic possession, manic depression. Platonic connection, granted the section. Me too, into the body, handsome sight. Hebrew when I told him that he is real light. Life is a movie, let's call it exist. Bad act or can't stick to the script. Selling your body, cancerous. I walk with Christ, how can I bust? Pardon self, I speak it truthfully. Nobody cares who you used to be.
Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps. Nobody cares who you used to be. What you produce today is prorated value to pay for your future needs. They staple telematics to my earlobes. Recover DNA from my hair comb. They monitor your pheromones. Welcome to the terror dome. Mandatory execution. Invoke forgiving or showing love. Redefined as an error code. And that's the most